For all you royalty watchers out there, we're here to spill the royal beans, so stick around till the very end, as we explore some of the weirdest, even bizarre rules that the royals have to live by. Number 10. The Tiara Rule. Did you know only married women are allowed to wear tiaras? Plus, the tiara is only reserved for formal occasions, such as the coronation of a new king or queen. So not only do only married women get the coveted chance to don tiaras, there's another protocol you have to follow. As a matter of tradition, these bejeweled head accessories are only worn by royal women after 6 p.m. And the only exception to the 6 p.m. rule is your own royal wedding day, when you get to wear a fancy tiara to mark your fancy big day. That's right, you might remember that both Meghan Markle and Kate Middleton wore stunning tiaras for their day weddings, leaving their fans bedazzled by the exquisitely crafted headdresses they wore to mark the special occasion. Number 9. PDA is a big no-no. When it comes to royal protocol, displays of affection, even between spouses, are kind of frowned upon, with public appearances seen as a way of upholding royal protocol rather than to flaunt their personal romance. No wonder, rebel Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have made several headlines for not quite living up to the no PDA rule. But of course, now that the two aren't serving royals or living at the palace, they're pretty much free to do what they like. And while this rule is not part of the official rulebook, the late Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip have pretty much set the precedent for keeping touching to a minimum, displaying no physical affection for more than 70 years of marriage. That's a whole lot of self-control. And looks like Prince William and Kate Middleton are also happy not being touchy-feely in public, showing only subtle signs of affection at most, like touching each other's arm. Number 8. Black outfits must be prepared at all times. Did you know if you're a member of the royal family, you have to carry a black outfit when you're traveling and on the move? That's right, no matter where they fly off to, the royal suitcase must always have a black funeral outfit. Morbid as that sounds, this is one because no one knows when a royal family member passes away, and they have to rush back home amid the blinding lights of British paparazzi. So where did this rule actually come from? Well, carrying a black outfit while traveling became a thing ever since the death of King George II. When the late Queen Elizabeth had to wait on the plane for a black dress, and with media eyes scanning her every move, she couldn't just walk in a colored one for her father's funeral. And since black is strictly the color of mourning, royal women are not encouraged to don the color on other occasions. Number 7. Hats are royal women's favorite accessory. Don't we all just love a cute hat? And while for most of us, a Victorian-style hat is probably best kept for a fancy dress gala or Halloween, for the British royal princesses and duchesses, hats are a must if you're attending a formal event. A classic tradition since the 1950s, when women were seldom seen without one, as it was uncommon for a woman to let her hair out in public. But of course, times have changed, and ever since, social customs have evolved, so we get to see royal ladies donning all kinds of hats on formal occasions, from funky art pieces to more modern styles. Number 6. The Royal Handshake. Is there a particular way to shake hands? Well, as per royal standards, there are strict do's and don'ts even when it comes to the simplest of things, like a good old handshake. And according to one royal expert, Grant Harold, a royal handshake must be sophisticated, consisting of 2 to 3 pumps with palms open and thumbs down. Talk about prim and proper. And if you thought you could just walk up to a royal and shake hands with them, you might want to think again, because as per royal protocol, only if a royal extends their hand first can you go for it. Oh well, the British and their ways. Number 5. The Royal Dress Code. If you thought being a royal meant you can eat, go, and dress however you like, well, think again. The Royal Dress Code is a super regulated affair, and was, for at least the past few decades, pretty much done to the liking of the late Queen. For example, young boys are only allowed to wear long pants after the age of 8, as they're perceived to be too, well, suburban for a royal. Probably makes sense why we've only seen young Prince George in shorts. On the other hand, for girls and women, skirts are the most preferable choice of clothing. If they wear a coat to an engagement, they must keep it on no matter how uncomfortable they may be. When it comes to stockings, a nude pantyhose is pretty much the norm for women attending a formal royal event. Leading one royal expert, Victoria Arbiter, to tell The Insider that you'll never see a royal without their nude stockings. From Meghan and Kate to the late Queen, the norm sure seems to hold. Number 4. Autographs and selfies are a big no-no. Even in today's day and age, British royals are still not allowed to take selfies or sign autographs for their fans. Weird, right? Especially a bummer for people who are big crazy fans of the royal fam. But of course, most rules are just meant to be broken, which means time and again, the love for their fans has gotten the better of them. So many royals over the years have broken this rule quite a few times, making it a pretty historic moment when King Charles signed his first autograph in 2010 for a fan, while the Crown Prince William is most notoriously famous for taking selfies with his fans. Number 3. Baptisms. Baptizing your newborns is a fairly common tradition in most Christian households, but to baptize a bride-to-be is probably a little unheard of. Enter the British royal family. Trust the so-called protectors of the faith to be always, well, a little extra. As part of royal tradition, Meghan Markle, despite being a fully grown woman herself, was still baptized when she came into the royal family. All done in a private ceremony. The Church of England baptized her before she married Prince Harry. Sounds a little off? Well, that's just how royals roll. Number 2. The royal nail color. From outfit lengths to nail colors, royal women have hundreds of protocols they must oblige. From the late Queen to Kate Middleton, all are encouraged to wear a nude color for their nails. Well, all except Meghan Markle, who broke this rule a few times before she stepped down from royal duty. Guess we saw that coming. In fact, did you know late Princess Diana, who is lovingly called the Queen of Hearts, also breached the nail protocol in 1994 when she donned a bright red nail paint? Number 1. Food restrictions. You probably think royals can eat whatever they want. And while they do have access to all the master chefs and food sources you can think of, in reality, their diet is highly regulated. And guess what? Most of these restrictions don't come from any doctor or nutritionist, but the late Queen herself. When the Queen was alive, she had banned the use of garlic in his recipes for fear of bad breath. Seafood, particularly shellfish, is also another no-no due to associated risk of food poisoning. And when it comes to foreign tours, the royals have to be extra careful and make sure they don't drink tap water to protect themselves from waterborne diseases. While all that constant diet control sure strips away some of their individual freedom, it's easy to see why these rules are there in the first place. So there you have it, some of the strange rules of the British royal household. With each and every move regulated, it's no wonder that the royals have their set of rules to live by. Which of these crazy protocols do you think is the strangest? Let us know in the comments below. Since you're here, don't forget to hit that bell icon so you never miss out.